Hi, I'm Jesse Jaramillo, General Manager at Chevy GMC here in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Welcome to another episode of Kunes Car Convos, or today we're going to go ahead and call it Conduciendo y Conversando. Today we're in for a treat as we're going to be joined by General Manager Moises and Head Chef Josue. These are the proud operators of Los Lupes food truck in Walworth County, southern Wisconsin, and we're going to be having a conversation like no other while also savoring some of the best Mexican food in town. Maybe we'll just start off, kind of getting to know you guys a little bit more. Maybe talk a little bit about just like your background, where your family's from, how you guys ended up here in Walworth County. But I would ask, either you, Moy, or Josh, just kind of where you guys grew up.
Okay, well, my parents are from Guanajuato.
Okay.
Manuel Doblado and Otates. Not exactly sure when they came over here.
It was like 1989, I believe, because they were coming with my brother and my sister with them. Maybe like 1990, but yeah, they came here a long time ago, obviously.
Yeah. Do you remember, did your parents ever tell you like how old they were? You guys ever get a chance to go back and visit out there?
Oh yeah, we have a couple times. It's actually, so my mom, where she was from, she was like pretty much up in the valley. So it's like up the what would you call it? Like a mountain? It's not a mountain really.
It was a mountain, but like it just basically curved around the mountain as it was going up.
Sure.
So they were kind of
there was this little bowl right in the middle of it. So that's where she was from. She was from the top of the mountain. My dad was from the bottom. So when they were dating, my dad, he'd take his bike and
go up.
It's a long way. It is a long way, and then you kind of sort of see where. Like damn, like they used to walk this far,
right?
Like even just to go to school.
Sure.
But they were they're from over there. They came over here, like he said, probably like around 1990. Because my oldest siblings, my sister, she was still a baby, but then my other brother Luis, like he was like 1 or 2 years old. And I think they went straight to I want to say Whitewater. For some reason, like everybody from that area,
sure,
they're all up here, like in this area.
In this area, from Guanajuato.
From Guanajuato. Yep.
And for those,
basically everybody del rancho.
Everybody del rancho ended up in Whitewater,
Arkansas.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like they told everybody, hey, cuando te vayas a los Estados Unidos, te vas para Wisconsin.
Para Wisconsin.
Ahí nos alcanzamos.
It's kind of funny because my parents grew up, my dad was born in Coahuila, and same thing. Everybody from El Rancho, everyone from Coahuila, border town, ended up in like the Chicagoland area, by like it was almost like Cicero, Grant, Belmont. I mean, there was blocks of just, all from there. But what our parents do, the sacrifice to get over here,
right.
To give their kids a better opportunity, and our parents. I think sometimes Spanish culture maybe. Sometimes they don't want to talk about, especially our dads, right?
Right.
Feelings, the things that they go through, or, and the moms are very respectful. At least I know, Spanish typical mom, very respectful. You just whatever your dad says goes, Como le dicen, muy sumisas, right? Sumisas. Esposas.
Submissive.
Yeah, submissive.
Yep. Okay.
Submissive. So, but for those that don't know where Guanajuato is on the the map. Where does Guanajuato kind of fall?
That's a good question.
Moy?
Hey, Google.
I need a data plan from the manufacturer.
Oh, did you see the Mexican map just appear on the windshield?
No, I think it's like more in the middle of Mexico.
Sure.
A little more on the southern side.
I know, like in the middle of Mexico, there's a big lake, Lago Chapala. It's like right in the middle. So we'll have to pull out the map and find out exactly where we're at. But it kind of also goes to show, we've been in this country for so long. Obviously, I was born here. I don't know if you guys were born here or not, but our parent, my dad came over when he was, I think my dad was about 5-6 years old. and his parents sent him to go live with family in Colorado and ended up in Chicago. But you know, you can ask my dad where he's from. He can kind of show you where it's at on that. But I think second generation, third generation, you know, sometimes we get a chance to visit, sometimes we don't. You know, it just goes to show how long we've been here. Yeah, some absolutely. How many family, friends, cousins, aunts, uncles don't even speak Spanish?
Right. Yep.
Right. And it's hard. It gets difficult. But you know, we've, you know, obviously made our own lives out here, and we really are in a great area in southern Wisconsin, and you know, just being in the area. Yeah, I'm from northern Illinois area, but you know, the working with Kunes, obviously, there's a lot of Kunes stores everywhere.
Right.
And Elkhorn, Wisconsin, been there for a couple of years now. Is now almost home. I'm already looking at houses out here. Right.
Nice.
It's so beautiful
Nice.
out here. So nice out here. But unfortunately, they'll put me a little bit further away from my parents. But they're snowbirds anyways. They go to Texas every winter. So, would you say maybe, you know, obviously with you guys having Los Lupes, the food truck, everybody sees your truck, you know, in the area. They know who it is. They know the family. You know, obviously you guys, the boys, the twin boys, you know, Moy, Josh, right? Where'd you guys get that passion for food? Or how did that kind of start off?
Yeah, that's all I do.
Yeah.
Because I know we've talked a little bit about it in the past, right? But your dad kind of started off with the. I mean, does your dad cook? Your mom?
No, my mom does. My dad doesn't.
Okay.
He's kind of like my prep guy.
Sure.
But he's also the brain behind everything, you know. I'm the cook, obviously, in the family. Back when my parents had where Los Agaves is now, it used to be called Guadalajara.
Okay.
So I think like I was in 6th grade maybe, and so I would help wash dishes. And whenever my parents weren't in sight, I'd literally just sneak into the kitchen, tell one of the girls, like, hey, let me do something, you know?
Sure.
And in reality, that's kind of where it really all started for me. Like, just, I know the intensity, the heat, the cuts, the burns. I mean, we're a whole different type of breed, to be honest, you know, to do what we do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I've lost a lot of, not really lost, but like the time with family, celebrations, holidays, that sort of stuff. You know, we're spend, you know, like we're working.
Yeah,
you know, that's the
absolutely.
worst part. But with the food truck, you know, I'm with my family the entire time.
Right.
You know, so I mean, in a way, it doesn't really get any better than that. But again, you know, so pretty much back from 6th grade up until like right now, it's just about every single one of my jobs has been in the kitchen. Straight through high school, as soon as I graduated, I went straight to culinary school.
Okay.
I was actually went on a scholarship to Black Hawk Tech.
Nice.
And then from there, a few years later, I moved up to the Twin Cities and actually went to Le Cordon Bleu in Minneapolis.
Wow.
Just like, was it Scott? He also went to Le Cordon Bleu?
Yeah.
Scotty?
Kunes, yep.
But I mean, I think literally it was just from the very beginning. It was just the intensity of it. That's kind of what I like, the fire, you know.
Yeah.
You know, men we're so easily entertained, and and it's just one of those things like, oh, fire, you know, it's exciting.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much where it started for me, and it's just the best part about this job is you're never done learning. There's always going to be somebody better than you. There's always going to be a whole new method, a brand new technique. It's just, that's the beauty of this job. And granted, like there are times where it's just like oh, it's too much, but then in the end you're like okay, that was fun, let's do it again.
Sure.
You know, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my brother, for my mom, my dad. Todo el pasado que hemos tenido, you know, it's insane what your parents are willing to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that they're very proud. I mean, I couldn't imagine them, you know, not being proud. I'm sure they're super proud of, you know, what you guys have been able to build. And like you said, you work with them every day. Your mom and dad are on the truck with you every day.
Yep.
Your brother.
Yep.
You know, so and you come from a pretty large family, right?
Yep.
You could probably fit all 9 of them in there too.
You got 9?
We're 9. Yep. We're
Yeah,
6 boys and 3 girls.
6 boys, 3 girls. It sounded like you said Luis and your sister are the oldest, and then obviously the rest of you guys. And then how old is the youngest?
The youngest she's 16.
16.
Yeah.
16? Okay, so she's driving now, and Did she go to the Elkhorn High School then?
She goes to Alcorn High School.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And the crazy thing is too, like, so she's the youngest girl, and then my youngest brother, they're exactly 10 years apart. One on the same day, but the youngest boy and the youngest girl, exactly 10 years apart.
Okay. And you guys are twins,
We're twins.
identical twins.
Yup.
So how do you guys differentiate yourselves as twins? How you got? I see you grow the hair out a little bit, right? A couple different tattoos here and there, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing that kind of distinguishes us. I mean, obviously, in the winter you can't really tell. But,
Sure.
You know, our haircut is makes a big difference.
I think I probably had that same hairstyle since middle school, to be honest.
Do you guys? Because I know like twins, right? You guys are identical. At least for me, like whenever I see you guys, I'm like, Moy, Josh, Moy, right? Can you guys? Do you guys feel like you guys taste the food the same?
No. So that's the other thing too. Like, so this guy, he loves onions. I don't.
Okay.
I love mushrooms. He doesn't. Same
Okay.
like with the red salsa, the green salsa. He likes the green tamales. I like the red tamales.
So that you
We're
like
very-
you like a
very-
little more spicy.
We're opposites.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
okay.
literally legit opposites.
Okay.
He likes being social. I kind of just like being in the background.
I like the heat. He loves the cold. I don't understand.
Actually, yeah, yep. Winter is actually one of my favorite seasons.
Nice.
Yeah. But we were born and raised here in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So Burlington, we were born in Burlington, and it's just I love the cold, man.
Nice. So that kind of also describes you guys in the kitchen, right? Because you're very precise in the kitchen. Obviously, you went to school for it. What are you doing in the truck? What's your main thing?
I pretty much run the whole show. No, just kidding. No, no.
I mean, in a way, he kind of does.
I basically just make or prepare the food that he already made. Like for instance, like if he has me some tacos, I put the onions and cilantro.
Okay.
Or like
I think they call that like expo, right? Like making sure that everything's like perfect, right?
I guess you could consider
So
that.
because
Yeah.
you guys start prepping super early, I'm sure.
Yeah. Depending on where we gotta be at what time, we're usually at the truck like at least 2-3 hours, maybe more. Before we have to go anywhere.
Okay.
Because with it being a food truck, you're legally like you have to prepare at your base. A lot of your stuff has to be like already pretty much cooked. Because like you're a restaurant on wheels, but there's restrictions. There's
Right.
there's laws.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, we have to be there extra early. My dad's got to be there early to like empty out the wastewater, fill it up. My dad's the one that chops up all the like all the cilantro, the onions. Same with him, like he's always making sure that the line is stocked, making sure that I have everything that I need. It's like Moses does a little bit of everything. And so like when I'm not there or whenever I have to go somewhere, he'll cover for me. Him or my mom, and between him and my mom, like they can get it done too.
Nice.
So like
Prepping,
he's
you guys start prepping early. Obviously, you guys have your rushes. I've seen your lines. I mean, you guys have your rushes, just like every other restaurant does. And then Moy, you're kind of topping everything off, making sure the orders are right, and then out the window it goes. How would you describe the flavors, at the center of an authentic Mexican dish? Because obviously the you guys have your tacos, your tortas, your quesadillas. What would you guys describe? What would you guys say is like the center of your dishes?
So I guess in reality, I try and stay like simple. Like sometimes they say simple is always best.
Yeah.
But with the carne, one of my little secrets is like I marinated in beer.
There you go.
So that's one of those things that you have to do it like the day before, so I can break down all the nerves and that sort of stuff. But it's also like el pastor, lo que es el pollo, el chorizo. We always have chorizo también. We try and keep that actual Mexican kind of sort of meats. El puerco, we're gonna try and do some carnitas. We do tamales, all that sort of stuff. I mean, again, we try and keep it authentic, but also to the point where like we want to give people
You might have to
options.
pull over.
Yeah. Stoner number the guy.
Something's on fire. Now that the fire and ambulance passed by, you were talking about the carne, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you guys marinate it with, you said beer.
With beer, there's obviously I'm not gonna tell you the secrets or whatever, but it's
We'll turn off the camera later. Obviously, right? No, but you're right. I think simple,
Simple is
definitely is best for a lot of different dishes. And I'll tell you guys what, man. You guys do simple, fantastic. I mean, if it can, you think it would be, if it can get any easier, anybody would be able to do it.
Right.
But there's definitely a big difference between tacos in the area. Obviously, there's plenty of really good restaurants, but when somebody sees Los Lupes, the food truck going by, I've seen U-turns being made. I've seen how busy you guys are. So, how about this? How about a little question? Obviously, you kind of mentioned a little bit about your parents. Coming into this country, right? I think we all have, that American dream, whether you're in this country or you're coming from a different country. For many, it's owning a home, right? You and the family have started a business, right? Any advice on starting your own business, or just maybe just reaching any goal, whatever that goal may be? Not just for anyone, but maybe even for the Latino community.
Well, with my dad, like he sets his limits. He knows his priorities. He knows, like, if he has his mind set to something, he'll sacrifice himself. Like, I'm not gonna go out to eat at all just to save that little bit of extra money.
Yeah.
He's very, like, when he has his mindset, like, he's dedicated to that decision. He's it's one of those where, like, it's amazing how he does it.
He's a very disciplined person.
There
when it
you go.
comes
That's
to
the word I
what
was trying to.
He wants and what he needs, or what he wants for this family.
Yeah.
He's very, very dedicated and very disciplined to make whatever that goal is happen. I mean, again, like the first restaurant that we had, I mean, it was a lot of sacrifice for him. I mean, he was working his full-time job and then getting out, after working 12, 14 hours, come to the restaurant.
It's a chef
and then
base
work.
right here.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I
Right
didn't
here?
mean to cut you off. Yep.
No, you're fine. This is your home base right here.
Yep, that's where you get
Should
everything
have a
going.
house of music.
Nice. So yeah, working his normal job, then going to the restaurant, working another 10 or 12 hours. So some days working 20, 22 hours straight,
Basically,
getting a
yeah.
couple hours of sleep, and then
Yeah.
going right back at it, right?
Well, when they had the first one, my dad was actually a semi-driver. So he would literally just, stop by, pay the bills, or look at the numbers, leave my mom some money to pay, and back on the road he goes.
I mean, it's funny, sometimes people are like, oh man, how do you guys do it? Or, but at the end of the day, I think even it worked for many people. It's just dedication and a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears,
That
as they say,
discipline,
right?
yep.
A lot of discipline. And did you guys come from a large family? And it's kind of funny, the Hispanic culture kind of has, for the most part, larger size families.
Right,
you know?
right.
I don't have kids. I'm scared. Do you guys have any kids?
No.
I mean, I have a little puppy.
You have a puppy?
That's my.
I got
that's
two
my
puppies.
little daughter,
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
my girl.
What's the dog's name?
Suki.
Suki.
Yeah.
Suki.
She's
She's a lilac Merle pit bull, and she's big as heck. I mean, she's only 11 months, not even 11 months,
Yeah.
and she's about 50 pounds right now.
Yeah, she looks
she's,
bad.
She's pretty big.
Yeah, I got two dogs, Whiskey and Louie. And,
Whiskey and Louie?
Yep.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Schnauzer and a Maltese. So two little boys. I was waiting for one of you guys to say like Smokey, right? Isn't that like a typical
Yeah.
Scottish
Yeah.
dog name, right? Smokey, right? Did your siblings or any of the siblings? I'm sure they all probably worked. A few of them worked in the business or at the restaurant.
At the last one that we had, yeah, my younger sister, she would help us out. But for the most part, I mean, it's the ones that are actually old enough to work. They're not around. And kind of in reality, like it's just like it's not for them. you
Yeah.
know?
Which is okay,
Right.
right?
Exactly. No, it's
know?
okay. Yeah, it's more than okay. Because you do need that separation from family.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, working with family, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Because, like sometimes like you're just consistently butting heads or whatever, but even
Sure.
that, it's just like I still feel privileged to still be able to be with my parents,
Yeah.
on a daily basis. And so my brothers and sisters, like they've helped us financially. what's the other word I would be looking for? Financially and like that moral support.
Yeah, emotionally.
Spreading the word, advertising that. Like, so I don't like to brag, to be honest. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I hate to brag. I don't like the attention. They do it for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it, but they do it for me without me even asking.
Well, with your background and your culinary expertise and the success of the truck, I mean, there's definitely plenty to brag about, but
I just call it getting lucky.
getting lucky.
Getting lucky.
Somebody told me, what luck stands for? Labor upon correct knowledge. LUCK. Labor upon correct knowledge. So, without a doubt, if you want to say that you're lucky, I'll believe that, because there was definitely a lot of labor, right, that went, into your schooling, right? And without a doubt, it's been successful. So every time we see your truck, I know we're always kind of chasing it down and stuff. Not just me, my guys, and everyone that I talk to in the community. So that's been awesome. I am kind of curious, what kind of music do you guys listen to in the truck? Who controls the music? Who's the DJ?
He's the DJ.
I'm usually the DJ.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause there's gotta be one, right?
I have my days, sometimes, I put on Los Bukis, Los Temerarios, something Mexican, for
Yeah.
my parents, which, I mean, I prefer that music. That's my go-to, but
Yep.
can't go wrong with throwbacks, early 90s, 2000s,
Yeah.
Depends on the rush, on the time of the day.
Yep. Sure. Time of the year, right? Yeah.
Like in the very, like in the morning, like that slow music is kind of like a good, like Los Temerarios, Los Bukis. It's a good way to start. But like when I'm in the rush or whatever, like I like to have like some Skillet, some Linkin Park, or
Okay.
something like that. Like we like to change it up,
Yep.
just to kind of like, all right, this is too slow. I'm getting a little.
Yeah. Time to pick it up. Let's go.
Yep,
Let's
yep.
go. Yeah.
But like he's the DJ, and but he knows what I like. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have about everything on there. Well, any kind of genre on
Sure.
there. So I mean, we're not picky listeners.
we listen to country, like literally everything.
Yeah, I like
Put
to listen.
Pandora on shuffle and let the rest take
Yeah,
over.
right.
Yeah,
Pandora and shuffle.
Yep.
I'll listen to a little Maná sometimes in the morning on my way into work, but then on the way home, it's definitely like Caifanes or a little more Spanish
more,
rock,
yeah.
a
Okay.
little more up, yeah, kind of like that. So definitely feel that for sure. What about what about you guys? What do you guys like to do for fun? Obviously, you guys are in the truck a lot, working like the most of us, slaving away, trying to, but what do you guys like to do for fun?
I normally don't do anything besides work, man. Like I like honestly, like even on my days off, and I get bored, I call up my my other job, like, hey, do you guys need any help today?
Yep.
Like I'm literally calling to work, like, hey, can I come and work? I don't really do anything outside.
I have a feeling, Josh, you got bigger plans. That's why you're always working. You got other stuff maybe in the works and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see, right?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we will see.
What about you, Moy? Follow any sports teams or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm a big sports fan.
Yeah?
Recently became a Bucks fan. But,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I'm from Wisconsin. I might as well cheer them on. But
Yeah.
my team is the Golden State Warriors. I'm a big Golden State Warrior fan.
Okay.
Big diehard Packer fan, Brewer fan, Badger
Nice.
fan.
Okay.
What? I mean,
Me and you might be arch rivals then, because I'm a big
Oh,
Chicago
no.
fan.
yeah.
But I will say this. Working in Wisconsin the last couple of years, I found myself rooting for some of the Wisconsin teams. You know what?
You can't help but
you
to.
can't help
Seriously,
because
yeah.
they are just such grinders, right? And then just like what the Bucks have done over the last couple of years, had a chance to visit Pfizer Forum, and we're just watching like Kumpo in person, and who did they just pick up? Dame,
Dame Lillard.
Right? Yeah.
Is that his last name? Yeah.
Lillard. Damian Lillard. It's gonna be interesting to see what they could do in the playoffs, and the Packers too. With Aaron Rodgers, leaving the team, and they got Jordan Love now at quarterback calling the shots.
And
You
he's
can
doing
see-
surprisingly very well.
And it's a great. You could just tell, right? Their farm system, or the way they recruit, the way they draft. It's a great system.
But you know what? It's kind of fun right now. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's fun, but the fact that the Packers are kind of losing. I mean, it's like it makes it more entertaining because you don't know how they're gonna do that game. Like, usually if Rodgers is playing, like, okay, well, they should win this game.
Right,
I mean,
right.
It's not too too much to really hope for. But
Not especially not when they're facing the Bears, right? Because
Right.
the Bears have stunk it up pretty bad for a long time.
Yeah, no, but Jordan Love, I mean, you just, you kind of have that excitement, like, damn, like, is he going to be good today, or how is he going to do? I mean, it's just that.
It'll be interesting to see
Sense of
their
intensity.
growth too, right?
Right.
You know,
They're such a fresh team that, like, they're only going to get better.
right?
And, like, they're this good right now, they're only going to get better.
Yeah. It kind of
And then with Aaron,
Jordan Love?
Jones is coming, he's already back, isn't he?
Yeah, he started
Oh,
last
yeah.
week.
Yeah. And then a couple of, what was the other one that went out last week with an injury or something like that? But either way, like just some of these guys, like it's just, they're good without their main players. And then just imagine how good they're gonna be
Well,
when they
yeah.
get their stars back, you know.
exactly.
But the back and all, like either way, like they're a very young team, but all eyes are really on them right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been watching like a lot of videos, people talking about Jordan Love. He's like, oh no, you better watch out for him. And it's very entertaining.
It'll be interesting to see their growth for sure. You know, see where they're kind of starting off, and it's kind of like I think everyone's journey, right? At some point, you guys decided to do the food truck, or you know, I'm sure your siblings decided to get in their own careers or whatever it is. You know, people in our community, you know, dive into a career of their choice, or you know, maybe they finish school. You kind of see where they start off, and then you know where they end up. I mean, Jordan Love is going through the same thing, right?
Right.
I mean, he's starting off, all eyes on him, obviously on a much grander scale. But it'll be really interesting to see that team come together and grow. So we're pretty close to the truck. Why don't we stop by, say hi, grab some food, and maybe taste a little bit about, you know, taste some of the food. Taste some of the food.
Sounds like a plan.
Some tacos,
Authentic
quesadilla,
Mexican
torta.
sauce. Let's go.
I just gonna need some a little bit of that green salsa. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm gonna pull a U-turn here and pull up it there.
So, I mean, if you like spicy, I mean, my mom has this weird salsa, and she calls it waka salsa.
Waka salsa?
Waka salsa.
Okay.
It is super spicy, but it's so good. It's like nice and creamy, but it's thick. And
So
it's,
waka salsa typically it has a little bit of guacamole in there, right? Or
Yes,
an avocado.
nope, surprisingly not. Actually, it
Really?
has no avocado.
Okay.
I don't really know how to like.
Describe it. Well, you
Describe how
obviously
she
can't
makes
give me
it,
the
but-
recipe, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's made with love. If your mom makes
Right.
it,
Right.
you know, it's very. I think you know, some people will sometimes ask me, you know, describe your mom, describe your dad, you know, how are they like or whatever. And I think in the Spanish culture, you describe anyone's dad, it's like he's a hardworking man.
Right.
Hard-working man, you know. And your mom, she's the best. The best way to describe my mom is just, you know, she's full of love, right? I mean, it just
That says it all.
that says it all.
Yep.
Hard work, love, and I think in the Spanish culture too, they kind of tend to really inculcate those things into their kids. Try to
Yeah, for us, it's family first. You know, that's a big thing. Like with my, like I've always been a mama's boy. First, with me being the younger twin, you know, I was more attached to my mom. So like when I moved away to Minnesota, I'd be calling her every single day.
really.
Every single day I would call my mom. If sometimes when I'm at work and I want to try and make something the way that she does, I'll call like, hey mom, how do you do this? You know, like I'm not the only cook. Like I gotta call her, you know, for certain things too.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's just, you know, family comes first for us. That's one of the best things about our family is how close we are, and if one of us is in trouble, you know, we're right there to pretty much help them out, pick up the slack, whatever.
Well, here's a truck here, so let's go try some food.
I'll go make some food.
All right, so I would say these are probably like your most signature dishes, or would you say that these are probably like your top sellers? Los tacos, las quesadillas,
Las
right?
quesadillas.
Las quesadillas.
Well, I mean, basically everything that we have on our food truck, I mean, it's bestseller no matter what. I mean, it's always good food quality. I mean, my dad goes above and beyond to get the best products. I mean, every like twice a week he goes to Milwaukee to get fresh produce.
For sure.
Every like all the lettuce, tomatoes, like everything is chopped fresh every single day. It's not prepackaged. Right?
That's awesome.
The meat is prepared every single day. I mean,
And
the pork is literally cut. I cut it every single morning.
That's awesome. And you could tell, because I've had your tortas, I've had pretty much everything off your food truck. You guys come every other Tuesday in the summertime, and we really enjoy you guys coming by. So now it's my favorite part, and let's eat. Vamos a comer, right? So, provecho. Pascal, place around. And I'm gonna dig into this taco here.
This one's spicy though, just so you know, the red one is spicy. The green one's...
Now, do you prefer the green one? Do you prefer the red one?
I prefer the green one.
And what about...
I love spicy, man, so he goes with the hotter the better, yes.
I do a little bit of mix. I do a little green and then a little red. So it's kind of funny. Let's go right over here. And I like the way that you guys also keep it super authentic, right? Con la cebolla, cilantro. That's typical, for Spanish tacos. So I know we're in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. A lot of our sales guys will like what do they put? A little bit of tomatoes,
lettuce, cheese, sour
like
cream.
American style.
Yep. I mean, we kind of have to, give people options. It can't just be the same thing.
It makes sense.
Cheers.
Provecho.
I don't think I've really ever had a steak quesadilla from the truck.
Really?
I'm not a big tortilla kind of person like that, but wow, that's spicy. That's fire.
So what about tortilla? Like where my parents are from, the tortilla de harina is very popular. You guys prefer tortilla de harina or tortilla de maíz?
Depends on the taco. So like with the pork, it's actually really good with the flour tortilla. With the tacos, the steak, the chicken, you gotta go corn.
Yeah, you have a little more.
You gotta go corn.
So I can tell right off the bat, these tortillas are tortilla El Rey. El Rey, right? Okay, cool. It's I think El Milagro and El Rey are like the top two tortillas, and you can tell these are really good. So
the thing is, so we go to Milwaukee for these tortillas. It's a distribution center, so they only sell it to businesses. So when my dad comes back with the tortillas, they're literally still warm.
Yeah.
Like they were made like just that morning too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you were saying, we're trying to keep everything as fresh as top notch as we can. Same with the meat. We get our meat brought in from Chicago. All of our produce, all that sort of stuff too, from Milwaukee. So I mean, we source out of the area, but it's because we pay a little bit more, but because it's better quality.
For sure.
And that's also the thing that distinguishes us. Even if it's like another taco truck, but like the Mexican restaurants around here. I mean, yeah, they have good food, for them, but I think our food is a lot better. I think people realize our food is a lot better, which is why people follow us where we're at.
There's been times literally I've seen your truck and I'm like, where are they going? You turn, like where we're going,
And I mean, like we try to inform people on Facebook too, on our Facebook page, Lupes Taco Truck, where we're at usually on a weekly basis. Sometimes it changes, but
and that I'm trying to think that your taco truck is a, what do we say, 94 GMC? 93, 94 GMC. And it used to be an old Snap-on truck, you said, right?
Hauling all the tools and toolboxes.
And now we're hauling tortillas and carne asada.
And now we got flat tops in there and just about anything else that you can think of. We got fryer, we got a grill, steam table. We have more equipment in there than a lot of kitchens have.
That's awesome.
It's pretty impressive. And there was a lot of thought put into it, and a lot of money.
I'm sure.
And I mean, just the truck itself, it's a statement. We were doing parties just this summer, and it's just as soon as somebody sees that truck, they like, oh wow, like I've never seen anything like that. Because you don't.
Yeah.
All of them, like they're all like UPS trucks.
Sure.
So this one, my dad definitely thought it out.
Yeah, it's a massive truck.
Yeah.
I just had your frijoles right now, and obviously cheese, another signature on the frijoles. Do you guys do anything with like pinto beans, like or como le llaman, like frijoles charros or anything like that?
Refried beans?
Like a refried beans?
No.
It is the pinto beans.
This is the pinto bean.
Yep. And my mom does these every single one as well. So she refries them, and the same with the rice. It gets made fresh every single morning.
Nice.
So my mom, she does that. She does the salsas. She does the chicken. She does the rice. She does just about more than I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in charge of the meat.
You guys are just the pretty faces or what?
Pretty much.
Which one? Well, you guys are
Mom-
twins, right?
He usually like the one behind the scenes. Like he makes stuff happen. I'm there to kind of relieve his stress, relieve my parents' stress. And, I'm a biggest I'm a big social person. I like interacting with people.
Sure.
So that's why I like to be in the front line and have him in the back. That's why.
Because
Because
that's
that's
where-
what it's. And it's like he likes doing that, and I don't.
So who is older, I guess? You're technically older. You're the big brother, right? By how many seconds or minutes?
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Okay, so you're the baby boy.
Yeah, it never lets me forget it.
Well, the food was amazing.
I put too much spice in mine.
It was amazing. So
Very slowly.
thank you guys again. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Sir.